line in the Park Lima 4. Proceed into the gate when the wing workers are present.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to another video. We're in Chicago at O'Hare Airport, and we're flying the trusty old MD-83, which in the world of flight sim never had to go into retirement. And we're flying this aircraft from Chicago O'Hare to our nation's capital, where we'll be flying the often challenging, always very, very fun river visual approach to our runway 19er at Washington National Airport. Let's take a look at our flight plan going down to DCA today. Okay, so we're flying American today, MD-83, from Chicago O'Hare down to Washington National, DCA. Using a cost index of 40, cruising altitude plan today is flight level 370. Total flight plan distance of 565 nautical miles, and we are going to be blessed with some pretty nice tailwinds today at altitude. Tailwinds at 27 knots.
91182 Northport, Bravo line to the gate.
We're carrying 129 passengers today, and trip fuel 14,999, 15,000 pounds essentially. Time en route 1 hour and 19 minutes, and we're going to be releasing with 28,715 pounds approximately. Route of flight today, radar vectors Mobley, or Mobile, Edema, Otens, Aniva, Jerry, then Bucko, where we'll be joining the Freedom 5 arrival into Washington National. Let's take a look at that here on the map. About an hour and 19 minutes, as I said. Mobile, Edema, Otens, Aniva, Jerry, then Bucko, where we'll be joining the Freedom 5 arrival into Washington National. And once we get to the Fergie intersection, we'll then be joining the river visual approach runway 19er at Washington National and tracking the Potomac River inbound. Should be a lot of fun. Nice, relatively quick short hop from Chicago down to Washington, D.C. today. Okay, let's go ahead and hop in the flight deck here and do our departure briefing with our FS2 crew co-pilot and our pre-start checks, and then we'll get going. Okay, folks, welcome aboard the flight deck here. Let's do our departure briefing with our FS2 crew co-pilot.
April 7596, Mitre ground 121, plate 75.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
I'm ready.
Okay, this is going to be a standard left seat takeoff with flaps 15 degrees and full takeoff power off of runway 22 left. We1 is 139, rotate 142, and We2 151 knots. The weather at O'Hare today: winds 210 at 6 knots, visibility 10 statute miles, ceilings broken at 1,000 and overcast at 6,500. Temperature 21, dew point 19er, and QNH is 29er63. We are located at Gate Hotel 10 today, so let's review the taxi route to our runway 22 left real quick. Okay, Hotel 10, we're going to be pushing back here onto Taxi Lane Hotel, and then we're going to be taxiing via Alpha 15, November, all the way down November to hold short of runway 22 left for departure. During the departure, for any malfunctions before We1, such as engine failure, fire, loss of control, or aircraft unsafe to fly, I'll bring the throttles to idle, call reject to reject the takeoff, brake, exit off the runway if able, and advise ATC. For any malfunctions after We1, we're going to continue the takeoff and consider it an in-flight emergency. I will handle the controls and advise ATC, and you can back me up with the appropriate QRH procedures and checklists. Assuming everything goes to plan, we're going to be departing via the O'Hare 5 departure this morning off of runway 22 left, and speed restriction, all turbojet departures in all directions will maintain 250 knots until advised by ATC. Standard takeoff minimums apply for runway 22 left. And all aircraft expect radar vectors, the first en route navigator fix. In our case, that's the mobile fix right there. And we'll then expect clearance requested altitude of flight level 10 minutes after departure. Top altitude for the SID is 5,000 feet. And routing here, we'll cross the Chicago DME 5.5 arc at or about 3,000, then the 8.5 DME arc for Chicago at or about 4,000, and then we'll maintain 5,000. If unable to comply, we'll advise ATC as soon as possible prior to departure. We should be good today. And we'll set the frequency for the Chicago VR 108.25 in our NAV1 frequency, or NAV1 radio. Radar required and use frequency depicted within the sector where first navigator fixed for route is located. Got all that, so that's good. Special considerations, nothing really off note. Ceilings are a bit low though, so that's something we're going to have to keep in mind. But other than that, everything is looking good for our departure out of Chicago today. So that's it for our departure brief. Any questions?
No questions.
Hi, Captain. We're all ready to go in the background.
Thanks.
All right, and if you need anything else, just let me know.
Thank you. Pre-start check below the line.
Pre-start check below the line. Covers and pins.
Removed.
Aircraft log and document.
Checked on board.
Altimeters.
2963. Set.
Checked. Fuel, oil, hydraulic quantity.
Checked.
Checked. Zero fuel weight.
Set.
Checked. TRP.
Takeoff.
Checked. Stabilizer.
Set.
Checked. Flaps. Takeoff selector.
Stowed.
Speed bugs.
Set.
Set. Pre-start check complete.
1500, roger. Captain 3880, the left side at Alpha 3, let the American join ahead of you.
Release parking brakes.
Okay. Parking brakes released. Let's do the quick edit pushback here.
501, pushback approved.
And we'll push back to right about there.
Commencing push.
Start the clock.
Start at will.
And let's start right engine. Start right engine.
Starting right engine. Right start valve open. N2, oil pressure. N1.
And once N2 hits maximum motoring of 20%, we'll move the fuel control lever to on.
Fuel on.
Fuel on.
Fuel flow. EGT. Right start valve closed. Stabilizing.
Start left engine.
Starting left engine. Left start valve open. N2, oil pressure.
1003, echo 11 right. Delta 1003,
N1.
Fish at opposite direction at 19 as you double back on Alpha, and then do me a favor. Iberia is going to push off of
Fuel on.
Fuel on.
15,
Fuel flow.
and obviously their wing tip goes past the line. So just give it Iberia to Alpha 18 for me, okay?
Set parking brakes.
Okay, parking brake set.
Left start valve
American
closed.
357, give way to...
Let's go ahead and confirm a good engine start.
21 if they come out.
Stabilizing.
And let's check the volts on both generators. All good there. Galley power on. Air conditioning supply to auto. APU air off, APU master off. And once ground has disconnected, we'll call for the next check.
4288, short of Bravo.
Unlocking gear.
I'm making runway Iberia 6234. Once clear of the line 2 we have from the right, we are clear to push.
Tow truck.
Okay, copy that, Iberia 6674.
The Maple Air.
Now let's go ahead and tune in ground here. After start check.
After engine start check. Ignition.
You got a 2238
Off.
ground, turn left on Juliet.
Electrical loads.
Checked.
Cross runway 4 left.
Checked.
And then a
Air
left hit on
conditioning
Alpha.
supply.
You're going
Auto.
northward.
Galley power.
On.
Cross 4
Ice
left on
protection
Alpha.
panels.
Checked.
Pneumatic crossfeed valve levers.
Auto.
Okay.
Or open. Open.
Open. Flight controls.
Left, spoiler deployed. Right, spoiler deployed.
455, continue on November, monitor 132.7, Wisconsin 39.
Elevator power on.
November, monitor the tower 132.7.
Pedals. Flight controls check completed.
Hydraulic pumps and pressure.
United
Checked.
972
High
heavy, ground,
and on.
runway 2 right at November 5, go out Alpha
Checked.
8, Bravo,
Annunciator
Alpha
panel.
9, Tango in November.
Checked.
Alpha 8 Bravo.
Ground equipment.
Removed.
All clear signal.
Received.
Left at 1053.
Flaps,
I want
slats.
you to go out Alpha 9, but you're going to cross Bravo behind the... Actually, no, you'll have them be. Go out Alpha 9 and Kilo.
All right, Alpha 9 and Kilo left, 73. Yeah, they'll be out of the way.
Set.
United
After
972
start
heavy,
check
when you make
complete.
the left turn at Bravo...
After
at
start
Alpha
check
9,
complete,
you
let's
wait
go
on the
ahead
left to right.
and start taxiing out here.
Alpha 9, way left.
Clear left.
Brickyard
Clear on the
3543,
right.
monitor 120.75.
And we're going to be taxiing Alpha 15 November down to 22 left.
Behind the heavy, Bravo Victor. You're going to join Bravo, though, behind the United Express RJ. So two of them coming from the right. Now the next RJ will give way.
Taxi check.
Taxi check. Fuel heat.
Not required.
Wisconsin 3785 at Alpha 14. Let the Eagle
Flaps
in front of you.
15 takeoff.
Checked. Beeper bugs and TRP.
Verified.
United 987 heavy ground, runway 28 right.
Set
at
and checked.
November 5.
Takeoff speeds.
Verified.
Verified.
Oh, there you are.
Takeoff
Go
briefing.
Alpha.
Confirmed.
Up to Alpha 3, then double back on the Bravo.
Actually, whoops.
Alpha 9.
Let's
Tango
go down
in
November here.
All right,
Almost turn on Bravo.
Alpha, buck double, Alpha 3, double back Bravo, Alpha 9, November 28,
Envoy 4228, monitor 132.7.
37,
Verified.
Good night. Limburg 4541, monitor
Set and checked.
130.7.
Performed.
5.
ATC flight guidance system and navigates.
Delta 3002, straight ahead, Alpha
Set
10.
and
right turn,
checked.
Bravo Victor.
Set and checked.
You're going to cross
FMS.
Tango, though, behind the heavy.
straight ahead, Alpha 10 route. Right
Pre-flight
turn, Bravo,
completed.
Victor, cross Tango behind
Checked.
the heavy,
APU
Delta
air
3002.
and master switch.
Both off.
Brake pressure and temperature.
Out of the
Checked.
Southport, my
Taxi
first
check
United
complete.
2240. Make sure the transponder's out. I'm not picking it up.
Checked.
And Wisconsin 3871 ground, it appears that it's open. Continue via Bravo at Alpha 7, give way to a Skyless tailed RJ.
Bravo,
Yes.
Alpha 7, give way.
Okay, thanks. Captain, galley and cabin are secured.
Checked.
Ground United 269, short Juliet, Bravo 14.
United 269 ground, Juliet, cross runway 4 left with a left on Alpha for the Northport.
Juliet, cross 4 left, left on Alpha, Northport, United 269. Ground American 1087, almost cleared Alpha 21 to Mike 2.
American 10, yeah, however you got to get to Mike 2, American 1087. I was just letting you know that Mike 1's pushing back. I'm not going to give him instructions until you're into the gate.
Thank you so much.
Passing the international terminal there on our left, I believe.
Open Tango 7, Alpha 7, turn right on Bravo, and then use Alpha 12 with the left back on the Alpha there.
Tango 7, Alpha 7, Bravo, and we'll see Alpha 12.
United 2240, continue on November, monitor 132.7.
Continue on November 132.7, United.
United 972 heavy, continue on November, monitor 132.7. United 972 heavy, you can monitor 132.7.
3 ground, I'll give you instructions as soon as Americans indicate, all right?
And let's go ahead and switch the tower at this point.
United 2329, continue.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff. So we come up here on 22 left. Lineup check.
Lineup check. Cabin.
Secured.
Windows.
Left side closed.
Right side closed. Annunciator panel.
Checked.
Ignition.
Set to A.
Air condition supply.
Auto.
Set. Transponder set to TARA. Takeoff clearance.
16, is that right?
Let's assume
That's open.
that O'Hare Tower has cleared us for takeoff. They've instructed us to turn left to heading 090 immediately after takeoff. and then we'll be given radar vectors to
3189 Lima Lima, hold short of taxiway Bravo.
mobile after departure.
43, turn left
So let's go ahead and taxi on and get going. Received. Received.
Lineup check completed.
During 425, tower wing 31010, and 82 left, line up await. 25 ground plane to follow company. American 1156, hold the pushback. United 3, Alpha 21 Alpha for Charlie 10. Customer 900, travel only to the left and the full left, line up away. On the farm 111 heavy, contact Chicago departure 1250, deflect.
Ready.
Ready. Timing.
Okay, let's line up here momentarily, and then we'll take off.
What gate are you going to? 58, just hold short of Alpha 12 and advise what ramp wants you to do.
Turn on the weather radar. Advance throttles to 1.4 EPR. Takeoff.
Takeoff.
Auto throttle engaged.
70, remain in picture, runway to the right, full left, takeoff. 8.27. 1827, for Carrot 3543.
Clamp. Takeoff power set.
Checked.
80 knots.
Checked.
3108, runway 27 right, clear to land. On 27 right, clear to land, count up 30 associated. 7 left, United 1924.
V1.
70 something.
Rotate. V2. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Heavy tail, the wing 3108.
Gear up, selected.
Center clear to land, traffic departure 22 left, and for now that's approved.
Engage heading select.
Skyline 3245, United off the
Heading
runway.
select engaged.
Let's make that left turn to heading of 090.
Niner, traffic land 328 center, and
V2 plus 10.
American 1156, I didn't forget about you. There's some traffic that we have to wait for, so hold the push, I'll get back to you. 126.6.
Select climb power.
Climb power set.
Engage VNAV.
VNAV is engaged.
As we climb up into the soup here. There's relatively low ceilings at in Chicago this morning. Now let's go ahead and turn on the autopilot. And we'll continue our climb up to our cruising flight level, 370. And we'll switch to departure. Flap 0. Flaps up.
Allegiant 2963, clear direct Terre Haute.
Flaps are up.
Slats retract.
Slats retracted.
Climb check.
Climb check is coming.
Seatbelts to auto.
American 2680, contact Chicago.
And we'll keep the climb going here.
American 2680, will go
As we leave a auto. As we leave a relatively cloudy Chi-Town here. Not a super great day to be flying out of Chicago, but should be a really nice arrival into DC later. pretty nice VFR weather in our nation's capital once we get there. And let's go ahead and go direct to mobile here. Nav mode, nav track, there we go. And we're proceeding direct mobile, then on course. Okay, about 142 miles to go to our top of climb, which we'll be reaching in about 24 minutes from now. And 549 nautical miles to go to Washington National, 1424 Zulu, so that's an hour and 22 minutes from now. Very cool.
Agent 2963, contact Chicago Center 135.15. American 15, contact Chicago approach 135.02. 35.2, American 15, happy day.
Okay, we're through 10,000.
Contact Rockford approach 121.0.
121.0, exit set 578.
Hit it. Portugal 242, come back, Chicago Center 136.45. No, go Portugal, back. Quick 3543, clear direct to 85. Center number 3785, 115 to 15 traffic. Number 3785, Chicago Center, Chicago 18 level 190, resume normal speed. 18 level 190, normal speed, number 3785.
Okay, coming up on our transition altitude here, flight level 180. Transition.
Set.
Passing flight level 185. Now.
Check.
Okay, we're true transition. Continue our climb to flight level 370, about 105 miles to go. And just a little over an hour and 10 minutes to go to our arrival into Washington National. So sit back, relax folks, enjoy some Chaseplane cinematic camera views here of our climb, and through the magic of video editing, we will take this video up again once we get to our top of descent, and we're ready to brief the very awesome and always very, very, very fun river visual approach to runway 19er at Washington National. Enjoy.
Discretion down to 240.
Runway 736 Chicago Center, welcome, and you're direct to Deha. Runway 736, descend via the Flight 5 arrival, except maintain 300 knots, over altimeter 3008. From the 5 Southwest 6234, contact Chicago Center 128.52 for higher.
Have a good night.
Yeah. Tower 6837, top side at 11,000 and 300 knots. Circuit 2798, final maintain flight level 230.
230.
Okay, let's
Tower 6837, contact Chicago approach 135.
Cool.
American 1166, contact Chicago Center 124.72. American 1156, contact Chicago Center 124.72. 124.72, I'll be on that north. See ya. City, Chicago, envoy 36.9, level 230. Copy 3629, Chicago Center, welcome to FedEx 25, maintain 300 knots or greater. Present position, direct flight 300 or greater on the speed on board 36.9. Wisconsin 3844, cross 15 miles, west of flight at 15,000. Our altimeter is 3010.
18,000 miles inside of flight.
United 780, just hit our key spike, maintain 300 knots of greater.
Direct spike, send 300 knots to greater, United 780.
Straight wind 564, cross flight at 11,000 and 300 knots even.
Flight 11,000, 5 now.
Chicago 5765, Chicago Center, and welcome. Can I maintain flight level 210, give me a ground please.
137.9, you have a good one, 21,000.
300 knots. Contact Chicago approach 135.02.
3502 after 11.
Yep.
Chicago, good evening. American 1442, 30.7 for 240.
American 1442, Chicago Center, welcome. Descend via the flight time arrival. Except maintain 300 knots or greater. Over altimeter 3010.
Then via the 55 arrival, 300 greater, American 1442.
Tower 5765, cross flight at 11,000.
That's flight 11,000, guys. But Chicago departure, Meridian 561 Mike Whiskey, passing through 9.1 per 14, 14,000.
Number 561 Mike Whiskey, Chicago Center, welcome. The Rockford altimeter is 3014, and you put our key quote.
Okay, 3014, direct quote.
For the Center Delta 2088, 31A descending across Colt 300.
Onboard 3679, contact Chicago approach 135.02.
3502, have a great night, Envoy 3629.
Yeah.
Heading 130, maintain 7,000.
Okay, folks, welcome back. We're about 40 miles from our top of descent, and we've been instructed to descend via the Freedom 5 RNAV arrival, south transition to Washington National. So we're going to roll our altitude selector here down to 8,000 as per the Freedom 5. And let's go ahead and do our approach brief here with our FS2 crew co-pilot. Are you ready for the approach brief?
I'm ready.
Okay, the weather at Washington National today. Winds 200 at 5 knots, visibility 10 statute miles. Temperature 24, dew point 17, QNH 29 or 9 or 1. And the only clouds are way up high at 60,000 feet and flight level 250. So we're all good there. And we're arriving via the Freedom 5 arrival. Let's go ahead and brief that arrival route here. Okay, Freedom 5 RNAV arrival into Washington National. Okay, we're taking the Bucko transition, so Bucko at flight level 310, then Duran between 310 and 270, then on to Honor between flight level 280, 240, Bravery 260, 220, Courage at 280 knots, 230, 200, then Pledge 280 again, 17,000, 15,000. We will about 14,000, never about 12,000. Forget 250 knots, about 11,000. September 11th, 250 knots, 10,000. Always below 10,000. And then Freedom at 240 knots at 8,000 feet. And then we'll be transitioning to Fergie. So stand together, then on to Fergie. And I believe we'll be crossing Fergie at 3,000. Where we'll expect the river visual approach, runway 19er. So let's go ahead and brief that approach plate here real quick. Okay, river visual approach, runway 19er to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. Really, really nice, fun approach. Okay, Fergie. And once we cross Fergie, we're then going to track the Potomac River inbound, doing this really fun twisty-turny approach into runway 19er here at Washington National. Weather minimums 3,500 foot ceiling and 3-mile visibility. We should be all good today. No problem there. And what makes this approach tricky, of course, is the presence of this prohibited airspace, P56B and P56A over the National Mall there, covering all the famous landmarks, the Capitol, White House, etc. And this approach over the river takes us clear that prohibited airspace, as well as comply with some very strict noise requirements here in the nation's capital. Anyway, Fergie, and then recommended altitude at the DCA DME 10 arc is 3,000 feet. Then continuing to the chain bridge past the 6 DME arc. Chain bridge recommended altitude above 1,800 feet. Then abeam the Georgetown Reservoir at the DME 4 arc, recommended altitude 1,500 feet. DME 3 arc Key Bridge, recommended altitude 900 feet. Then we're making that right turn over the Roosevelt Bridge, Memorial, Rochambeau, and at Rochambeau we're going to make our very low altitude final turn to runway 19er there at Washington National. Should be a really nice, fun, challenging approach to Washington National today. Aircraft may visually follow the river to the airport or may proceed via the RNAV, RNP runway 19er approach to the Takeoff waypoint. And we'll have that programmed into the FMC just for some additional guidance, but we're going to be following this in visually today. And notice, of course, clearance for the visual approach obviously does not authorize the penetration of the prohibited airspace, very sensitive prohibited airspace here over our nation's capital. But that's it for the approach plate briefing. So once we land on 19er, which we're going to do flaps 40 today, auto brake setting of medium. Once we land on 19er, we're then going to take, we're going to vacate to the right, hopefully on Foxtrot, but if not, we're going to cross 22, vacate on Alpha, and then either way, we're going to taxi back via Juliet to one of the gates here at the terminal. But that's it for the approach brief. Any questions?
Captain, we're doing an auto land today?
No.
Check.
No. Okay, we've just initiated our descent here via the Freedom 5 arrival into Washington National. Let's go ahead and call for our descent check. Descent check.
Fuel quantity. Minimum pounds for our alternate is good.
Checked.
Approach briefing.
Performed.
Landing data.
Okay, landing data. Flaps 40 landing, VREF is going to be 140. We're going to landing VREF plus 5 of 145. So that's all good there. Set. Set.
Descent check completed.
Descent check completed. Down we go. And we do have the Washington VOR tuned into our Nav1 radio here, 111.0. And we're going to be using the DME readout here, DME 1, for some guidance in order to try and hit those recommended altitude targets during the course of this approach. Again, should be a lot of fun.
Descend and maintain 5,000. Cleared LA is runway 19 approach. 1500 climbing 5,000. 2432 Potomac, Spark, we're in contact. 98 flighting 360. Climbing 17,000 feet of surface. Southwest 2125, Potomac, 5 feet of surface, maintain 50230. 5 feet of surface, maintain 230, Southwest 2125.
Transition.
Set.
Passing 16,700 feet now. Now.
Check.
25, 67, I'm sorry, I thought you 5220, maintain, then maintain 5220.
Kind of choppy, just part of the
Approach check.
Approach check. Navigation.
Set.
Approach check completed.
3.98, Tower 9.1.
Yes. Thanks for letting me know. Captain, the cabin and galley are secure for landing.
Wow, man, I'm not setting 220, 2000. Flight 33 left, Washington, up to the 290. Tower 19.1. 1184, the first thing maintain. 24 is going to maintain 3,000. Turn left heading 340, descend and maintain 2,000.
It's Dallas Airport up ahead, I believe.
Here 4977, Potomac, climb and maintain 15,000.
15,000 feet, 4977.
And we're through 10,000 here. Had a quick weather update here at Washington National. Winds 180 at 7 knots now, so blowing almost right down the runway. Visibility 10 statute miles. Few clouds 3,500 and 10,000. Temperature 26, dew point 19er, and the QNH is 29091. So still the same altimeter setting, 29091. So we're all good there. That's Flight Beam's Delos International Scenery. And version 3, I believe, the most recently updated version. Really, really nice scenery package if you like flying into this area, especially into this airport. Can't go wrong with it. Okay, we're at Freedom. 240 knots, 8,000, and let's keep our descent going now to 3,000, which is the altitude at which we'll cross Fergie. Once we're past Freedom here.
2167, Delta 1153, Potomac, runway 33 left, Washington, up to 2981, Tango current.
33 left, 2981 will pick up Tango, Delta 1153.
United 1528, contact first 119.7.
And we'll keep our descent going now in vertical speed mode.
118.67.
118.73, 46.5.
2603, contact Washington, 2121.67.
2167, Southwest 2603, good day. The 356 waiting you past an 8.2 on the commentary.
356, Potomac, turn right direct box, climb 18, flight level 190.
Right turn direct box up to 190, Southwest 356.
And Delta 1153, we have uniform now.
Thank you.
March United 55, checking on 8.7, climbing 10,000.
United 655, Potomac, higher after rigging.
110 higher after rigging, United 55. 11.
Flaps 11.
Speed checked. Flaps 11 set.
See the David Taylor Naval R&D Center there, and up ahead to the right of the Potomac River, up ahead is Langley, where the CIA is headquartered. And we're going to stay well clear of that. Okay, let's take it off autopilot here and fly it in manually. Flaps 15.
Speed checked. Flaps 15 set.
And we'll just follow the Potomac in. We want to be at 3,000 feet at 10 DME. Okay, past 10 DME, let's go ahead and start descending now. We want to be over the chain bridge up ahead at about 1,800 feet. So that's our next landmark on this approach. Let's reduce our speed here to a final approach speed of 143. Gear down. And we'll go ahead and disconnect the auto throttle as well at this point.
Gear is down.
2,500.
Flaps 28.
Speed checked. Flaps 28, set.
Flaps 40.
Speed checked.
Georgetown Reservoir there up ahead to our left. And Arlington, Virginia.
Flaps 40, set.
Final check.
Final check. Gear.
Down.
Ignition.
Off.
Checked. Auto spoilers and auto brakes.
Armed.
Checked. Flaps and slats.
Flaps 40 land.
Checked. Annunciator panel is checked. Landing clearance.
Received.
Checked. Final check complete.
Okay, we want to be about 1,500 feet at 4 DME. Tracking a little high now, so I'm going to shallow my descent as I make our left turn towards the Key Bridge here, which we want to cross at 900 feet. So I'm going to continue my descent now. We'll see it in the replay, but Georgetown is off to our left now. .900 feet approximately at 3 DME, and now we'll continue over the river towards the George Mason and Rochambeau bridges, at which point we'll be initiating our final turn. Okay, looking good so far. National Mall off to our left, and all the monuments and museums in the National Mall.
210 at 7.
500 above.
Okay, let's go ahead and initiate that final turn now.
Maple 7615, runway 19, line up away, traffic 5 out. And Black Tax 2, that's approved.
A little bit low on the VASI there momentarily, but we're okay now.
200.
Let's go ahead and roll out on final here.
Blue Street 5524, turn right on 22 Juliet, ground point
Approaching
7, how's it going?
minimums.
On Juliet, ground point 7, Blue Street 5524.
20.
Maple 7615, runway 19, you're clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 19.
Okay, there we go.
Spoilers deployed. 4 reverse lights. .80.
80 knots, and let's see if we can make this taxiway here.
60.
No, it looks a little tight, so we'll go continue on to, I think, Alpha up ahead. So we'll cross 22 here, and make Alpha a little comfortably. Speed brake retracted, and we'll turn here. And it is, in fact, Alpha. All right, very cool. All right, not bad at all. Certainly wasn't a perfectly executed visual approach to runway 19er here at Washington National, but it wasn't too bad at all. I am okay with that one. Okay, we'll hold short of 22 here on Juliet momentarily, and let's check out a couple of quick replays of that landing. External cam, tower, maybe a cabin view or two, and then we'll come back here, taxi it in, and shut down.
Blue Street 5292, turn right on 22 Juliet, and contact ground point 7.
22 Juliet, yeah, I'm pointing at Blue Street 54. But just give us 2 minutes at the block low, and we'll let you know when we're ready for 4.
Potomac Rapids below us.
Blackjack 1, I'm sorry.
Chain Bridge up ahead.
Blackjack 1, roger, thank you.
And Arlington, Virginia up ahead.
Afternoon Tower AC 4474, the LDA Zulu runway 19 approach.
AC 4474, Watchtower, traffic departs Friday, runway 19 cleared to land the wind 2808.
Cleared to land runway 19 AC 4474.
Blackjack 1, radar contact just south of the bridge at 100 feet southbound.
And Tower for American 922, clearance to land.
Oh, I'm sorry, so yes, you are clear to land runway 19 American 1922.
Clear to land American 1922.
Blue Street 5454, contact Potomac departure, wonderful rest of your day.
Ocean Park, Blue Street 5454, see you.
Attention all aircraft information, Victor is now current at DCA, the wind 2808. The altimeter 2978, current temperature 11, dew point 8, feeling 25,000. Okay.
You can see the Pentagon straight up ahead, almost directly off the nose of the airplane there. And Pentagon City. That's the Francis Scott Key Bridge, which we're planning to cross at 900 feet, or recommended to cross at 900 feet. And straight up ahead is the famous, or perhaps infamous, Watergate Hotel, site of the Watergate break-in back in the 70s, which precipitated a series of earth-shaking political events in the U.S., so to speak. And of course, you got the National Mall there. Roosevelt Memorial and Arlington Memorial Bridges. Lincoln Memorial there. There's the mall. And you've got the Washington Monument, of course. The Capitol building and all the museums. The Smithsonian there. The museums over in the National Mall. Really, really cool. Jefferson Memorial there.
Blue Street 5513, Watchtower, runway 19 clear to land the wind 1808. Blackjack 1, roger. And Blackjack 1, no traffic observed between you and Andrews. Frequency changes approved, and we'll talk to you later.
Tower, I'm still looking for runway 4 inspection.
There's the Pentagon.
Please can proceed on runway 422 and just hold short of taxiway Julia.
Afternoon Tower AC 4474, the LDA Zulu runway 19 approach.
AC 4474, Watchtower, traffic departs Friday, runway 19 are cleared to land the wind 2808.
Cleared to land runway 19 AC 4474.
Blackjack 1, radar contact just south of the bridge at 100 feet southbound.
And Tower for American 922, clearance to land.
Oh, I'm sorry, so yes, you are clear to land runway 19 American 1922.
Clear to land American 1922.
Blue Street 5454, contact Potomac departure, wonderful rest of your day.
Ocean Park, Blue Street 5454, see you.
Attention all aircraft information, Victor is now current at DCA, the wind 1808. The altimeter 2978, current temperature 11, dew point 8, feeling 25,000. Okay. An 8-mile final. Runway 19 full length on runway 15 is approved.
2 crossing runway 19 on runway 15.
Blue Streak, I'm sorry, 5282, turn right on 22, right on Juliet, contact ground point 7, and have a good day.
22 Juliet, ground point 7, have a wonderful day. 5281.
Piedmont 4850, traffic 3 back to wind 190 at 90, runway 19 at your clear for takeoff.
119, clear takeoff. We're checking in, approaching Takeoff for the MD-83.
American 1837, runway 19, clear to land the wind 190 at 90.
Delaying 19, American 1837.
It's our ops 2, I'm clear of runway 15, and we'll be in the block of 15 just a few minutes before we clear.
Roger, op 2. Piedmont 4850, contact Potomac departure and have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too, you're going Puerto Rico.
Traffic just to the west of the Pentagon. They're transitioning eastbound low level at 300 feet currently. They have you inside maintaining visual separation.
Great, thanks, American 38. That was Big Air 4490 approaching LDA 19.
Big Air 4498, Washington Tower, runway 19, clear to land the wind 200 at 8. Traffic departs prior to you.
Clear to land runway 19, Big Air 4498.
And black check 2 additional traffic, 2.5 to your north, descending out of 1000. Blue 65282, watch tower, runway 19, clear to land the wind 190 at 9.
Clear land 19, Blue 65282.
American 380, Washington Tower, the wind 200 at 8, runway 19, you're clear to land.
Clear land 19, American 380.
800 is an Embraer 175. Black Jack 2, that's approved. Brick Air 4498, helicopter traffic over the Pentagon now transitioning eastbound, low level, and then southeastbound. They have you inside maintaining visual separation.
Bring the 4490 regular.
Richard, I'm sorry, 1843, are you ready now? 340, 30, from the 19 miles away to time position, be ready to... Black Jack 2, roger. Southwest 1742, contact Potomac departure. Wonderful rest of your day. Southwest 379,
Okay, welcome back. Let's go ahead and turn off the weather radar here. And we'll call for the after landing check and go ahead and taxi this beautiful MD-83 on in. After landing check.
After landing check.
Cross 22 and then we'll switch to ground. And let's see if we can get gate I'm looking for here. Alright, gate 38. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Very cool. American.
After landing check completed.
Okay, after landing check completed.
24 Washington Town, runway 19 are cleared to land, traffic depart.
And let's pause here momentarily, or stop here momentarily, and we'll switch to ground.
Negative, just wait for backup.
Oh, okay, let me know.
And tower ops 2, I'm clear the
All
movement area.
right.
Thanks for help.
Ops 2, roger, thank you.
Yeah. 2499, clear to push spot 5. Spot 5, clear to push.
Okay, and let's go ahead and taxi on in. Beautiful aircraft, just an absolute pleasure to hand fly. Switching to this from the FS Labs Airbus, though, I gotta remember there's no auto trim. And it's certainly a handful to fly, especially at lower airspeeds, closer to landing speeds. The aircraft controls feel a lot heavier. Of course, because it uses this aircraft uses control tabs to turn, versus ailerons that are hydraulic. And so the lower the airspeed, the more sluggish or more heavier the controls feel. But that's normal. Anyway, we're up here, gate 38.
4450, 43 Charlie, Victor push.
Pushback 4450 Washington ground, pushback.
And I think it's the next one closer to the control tower there. It's the North Pier. That's what we're looking for. And this right here, I believe, is the Central Pier. Okay, very cool. A little bit of JetBlue there. American tails.
Delta 45, ground runway 19, taxi on Juliet. Hold runway 15. Your release time is at 7 past for Detroit.
Alright, 2-year turtle 1519 with a 07 wheels.
Let's go ahead and retract the lights here. Turn off the nose light, flaps and slats. And we'll go ahead and turn in here.
Flaps and slats retracted.
Ground shuttle 6179, gate 14, push.
Alright, we're looking for gate 38. It's 42, 40, and it looks like 38 is right up there. In between the CRJ and the A319.
Air shuttle 6179, pushback approved on a kilo tail south.
Kilo tail south, shuttle 6179.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn in here.
Blue Streak 5524, side step over to Kilo and taxi to Kilo to the Rapids Raven.
Let's go ahead and stop there. Okay, let's go ahead and engage the parking brake there. Copilot's going through his pre-shutdown flows, and looks like APU is on the buses. Let's go ahead and shut down both engines. Fuel control switches to cut off.
American 2499.
Both left and right engines.
Let me know you guys are ready to take.
And let's go ahead and turn off the seatbelts.
Ground good afternoon, Brickyard 42.
I'll request deboarding here from GSX. Parking check.
Stand by. Parking check, parking brakes.
Set.
Flaps, slats.
Retracted.
APU, external power.
Established.
Fuel levers.
Off.
Anti-collision off. Hydraulic pumps off. Seatbelt switch.
On. Off.
Ice protection panel.
Checked.
Transponder standby. Parking checklist complete.
57 Washington ground.
Okay, parking checklist complete.
Kilo. You're clear to cross runway 15, and then after you cross, pull in the block and monitor the tower with sea letter.
19 Kilo, cross 15 in the block, monitor with 667.
All right, folks, welcome to Washington National Airport. The river visual approach, I think, is an incredibly fun approach, especially since it's right here in the States. You don't have to travel too far afield to experience one of the most fun and challenging approaches anywhere in the world. And with all the sights that you see along this approach, I think, quite frankly, it is hard to beat. Incredibly cool, incredibly fun approach to fly, and I really enjoyed doing it. Alright folks, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video as always. If you like this content, make sure to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe buttons. And I look forward to catching you on a future flight and a future video. Y'all take care, have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you later. Bye-bye.
Ground on board.
Pushback 5048 Watchtower, runway 19 clear to land, traffic depart, wind 210 at 7. Maple 7615, runway 19 line up away, traffic 5 out. And Black Stack 2, that's approved. Blue Street 5524, turn right on 22 Juliet, ground point 7, have it going.
On Juliet, ground point 7, Blue Street 5524.
Maple 7615, runway 19, you're clear for takeoff.
Good, cleared for takeoff, 19.
And Black Stack 2, that's approved. Blue Street 5524, turn right on 22 Juliet, ground point 7, have it going.
On Juliet, ground point 7, Blue Street 5524.
Maple 7615, runway 19, you're clear for takeoff.
Good, cleared for takeoff, 19. Good, after that, 48,
Blue Street 5048 Watchtower, runway 19 clear to land, traffic depart, wind 210 at 7. Maple 7615, runway 19 line up away, traffic 5 out. And Black Stack 2, that's approved.
Blue Street 6292, LDA 031.
Blue Street 5292, watch out, runway 19 are cleared to land. The wind 210 at 7.
For land, runway 19, Blue Street 6292.